Ladies and gentlemen, boys and the girls, welcome to another exciting episode of Collecting Weekly Live Unboxing. My name is Zach, joined as always by Lane, the legend Kramer. Lane, how are we doing today?
Oh, mostly good. Had a very long day at work today. This is my buzz down from having kind of a busy Monday. And apparently, I guess I got bit by some stupid bug today that is causing me all kinds of leg pain or something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what. But that we're not here to talk about bug bites. We are here to talk about my second most anticipated figure of this year today, the Dark Empire, Luke Skywalker, which, as you can see, right there, baby. Oh, yeah. Artisan edition with the ever present sideshow special exclusive. This has been a day that will be long remembered. Hopefully for the better, not worse.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping my hair comes out pretty decently. But this is a first for this type of box. Actually, I guess this is some of the ones the artisans are going to come in now. So this one in particular, I know we've seen the Scarlet Witch, Black Widow, getting overrun by redheads. Right now, is coming in the I guess the artisans will come in these figures who are not a DX, specific release like the
Yeah.
Anakin and the Scarlet Witch were, which I kind of like because more boxes, more stuff to have to pack away and fit. But this one is a little bit thick. It's kind of the similar design to, kind of the anniversary editions that they did for like Attack of the Clones, Return of the Jedi, those ones, kind of that type, but it's a little bit wider. Um, Really nice compact boxing here. So obviously we have the figure of Luke on the front, Star Wars, then the Legends insignia with Luke Skywalker. Um, It is basically just that red cover. There's nothing on the sides, and then just the legal info on the back. So there's not a whole lot dripping to it, at least from the cover.
What's up, Sean,
But
Pedro? How you guys doing?
hey, good to see you guys tonight. But things get a little bit cooler once you get off the front cover here. So here we have another bad looking picture of Dark Empire Luke, more head up of the head sculpt, and then a little bit smaller closer picture. I like the effects on here that they are thinking kind of the metallic coloring and everything. They carry it over so you can actually see here where you've got the Luke Skywalker Legends Dark Empire. And then I guess Disney stuff. And then it finishes with ooh, there is the topper where you've got Luke Skywalker wielding red lightsaber and showing off a little bit more of his Darth Vader influenced costume. And then right here, you've got some just basic information that relates to the Dark Empire saga. So nice boxing, self contained. Now, here we got the actual figure itself. So this is how they did the body, and then you have the head sculpt over here. This is how I think, if I remember correctly, the Black Widow will look as well. So I do like the. I'd be interested to hear from in the chat and stuff. How are you guys feeling now with the artisan going forward? Because I guess this is kind of the design they'll go for the quote regular releases, and then obviously they'll have like the DX and stuff that they continue to do whenever they're going to do that. So,
I have my doubts.
are you having just doubts on the artisan line in general, or just how
I
they're?
I have doubts about the longevity of the artisan line.
Hmm,
So this is actually from a comic book, right, Lane? This isn't a
correct,
novel,
90s. Dark
but it's
Empire.
it's not a novel, right?
No, it's a comic. You
Okay, that's
can.
what I thought.
It's one of the better Star Wars comics. Now the
Uh huh.
art has not. The art has not for the comic itself is not age rated. To
Mm-hmm.
be brutally honest, but it is a story about the return of the Emperor.
Uh huh.
Basically, it's the good version of Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Um, it does have kind of the issue. It kind of still undoes Anakin Skywalker's sacrifice at the
Uh-huh.
end of Return of the Jedi. But when it came out, you have to remember this was kind of the time frame where it was early in like when Dark Horse started doing some of the comics. There was like kind of the Thrawn trilogy starting at that time, and then there was nothing. So it was one
Yeah.
of the few. Now, Dark Empire is set a year after the events of the Thrawn trilogy, when the Emperor finally returns. It's three different comic series. They're Dark Empire 2, and Empire's End, which is about Clone Emperor. And it's the first time you get to kind of see just how much a threat he was, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, in media over the decades since, we've got to um, that they've expanded, and you got to see a lot more of what type of character, just how evil the Emperor is. So if you read it now, it's maybe not quite going to hit quite as much because you have the prequels and you get to see him a lot more. This was one of the few times because at the time it came out, there was only one movie where you fully got to see the Emperor in it, which was Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
And this kind of shows, I mean, basically, this is my favorite incarnation of Luke. I
Really.
think, have nailed his look here. I love him with kind of some of the Vader armor and everything. Now, figure wise, there might, like, this is going to have to be a wait and see because I never really liked the Vader hands in general on Hot Toys. On statues, everything like that, I think they're great. I'm interested to see with this guy because he doesn't come with a lot. Kind of like the Black Widow doesn't really come for a lot. Now he was more expensive than her. He was $430 to pick up, but you'll be able to see here. So these are just to give you guys a quick hand because I'm not going to spend a lot of time with the hands here. But he does come with a decent number of hands, which is something I usually, as you guys don't complain about with Hot Toys. You got like nice fist. So there is definitely a Vader vibe to them, but they still have kind of their own distinct kind of look to them. So they made sure to give us like two fists. Now, I can see with the ways they're set, these could be a little bit of a problem trying to connect. Switching out possibly, like Vader's hands can be sometimes a little bit of a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Now, this one is a little bit more, we got more like an open hand palm kind of look. I like how these feel. They are definitely, they have a nice sturdy feel to them. Fingers not too loose. So we'll see how for putting in the lightsaber and stuff, how those are. I think he's actually maybe got those hands attached. But now we've got another kind of open palm hand.
You've read the Heir to the Empire trilogy, right?
Yep.
Like,
Way back. It's been probably a couple
yeah,
of decades since I last
I
read it.
probably read them about 10 years ago, but I'm just going back through. I'm almost done with Heir to the Empire. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's been a long time.
It's still my favorite. I still think it should have been. If they had just done that as a sequel series, now under Disney, it still probably would have got screwed up, but I think it would have still been better than what we got for the entirety of the whole trilogy.
Although Thrawn fucking pisses me off. His deductions make no sense in that book. Maybe I'm just not smart, but some of the shit he'd be saying, I'm like,
well, I
I don't
mean,
really
some of
get it.
his deductions and I mean,
The one where he was like deducing which pair was on which ship, I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
yeah. Well,
Or
I mean,
like
they're
the
trying to channel the like. I mean, Timothy Zahn was his birthday was just the other day. The author who created him.
yeah,
He's trying to make him do some Sherlock Holmes like deductions and everything.
Yeah.
Most of the time it works, but I also, for my expectation for what Star Wars is going to do for a star. I mean, we got to remember the characters in the original Star Wars trilogy are not the deepest characters. You know,
Yeah.
they follow a certain archetype, but that's why we like them too. And more of that. That's where the hard sci-fi versus fantasy kind of thing, where that that lends more in hard into the sci-fi fantasy-esque thing to the characters. So Thrawn is a genius, in the Star Wars universe. You know, if I'm going to compare them to actual tactical geniuses that we've had in, you know, the real life, you know, if you compare them, you're going to go, well, these guys are actually, I can see A, B, C, D, why they made the decision that they did. Other than they said, you know, they were like, I don't know, given a vision by by God or the gods or something like that, is how it's
Mm-hmm.
reported. But so I like all the hands, nice, and I like how all they look. I was kind of worried they would remind me too much of Vader, but
I'm
where
glad they
they,
weren't like giant mitts. Like, it
yeah,
looks like they at least downscaled them a bit.
yeah, they have a Vader look, but they definitely have their own like style to them. So they're not just carbon copy Darth Vader. Now, one thing I've heard from this figure is that the obviously I'll find out here with myself, and I've seen is I guess the cape he comes with is like permanently attached to the figure.
Yeah.
So I guess that could be one limitation. I mean, that's the look he has of Dark Empire. Now, you might be asking, Luke does actually get like Luke is turned to the dark side by the Emperor. Like he's broken and forced to turn to the dark side by the clone Emperor. So
Mm-hmm.
that's really just to show how powerful the Emperor is. Is that, you know, now here we've got, so I got obviously the special edition. You were, if you're getting the artisan, you were going to get this. So this is the coin from the Dark Side event. I only
Mm-hmm.
ended up getting 3 of the figures that came with the coin. The Star Killer, which I got from Hong Kong directly. And then I've got this guy. And I just got the notice for my most anticipated figure this year. The Darth Sidious Emperor Palpatine Final Duel. It's supposed to final charge on Friday and going to probably ship out, I guess, on Friday or maybe next week. I cannot wait for that figure. The smile on that figure is the same smile I had on my face when I read that when I was checking my email today. I'm so excited for that figure. It's like I'm getting bang, bang, back to back, the bangers I've been waiting for the most this year. Even though like that Black Widow obviously looks really cool. These are the characters that, like, you know, this Luke is one of the most anticipated things I thought I would never see. So we have the coin here. You know, it's kind of okay, you know, hey, it's great. So there is 2 different hilts that come with this, which are going to be the kind of Darth Vader esque lightsaber, which has red, comes with the red, and they have these packaged differently than they normally do. They actually have in some plastic and stuff. I don't think I've seen that before, but maybe so. I'll stick that back because I know that is the one thing I will never use. So once again, you have the red saber thing here, which is really not dark enough. Yeah, Mr. Musashi, I've seen that. I never use any of the light up features, even though I admit I kind of want to use it on this Luke, but there is 0 chance that I will use that. Nope. Where did I just put? There we go. I'm like, where did I just put Vader's? So there's actually 4 lightsabers that come with this: 2 of Luke and 2 of well, kind of stuck together here, I guess. Right now, that's kind of hilarious. So 2 light up and 2 just non-light up lightsabers. So you're able to put Luke how you want. If you want to have him, you know, being more Jedi Luke, you can have him wielding the green. Or if you want to have him more dark side, you know, turn to the dark side Luke, you can use that. Now, I will say, I think the green looks a little bit better without light up feature activated. So I'm probably going to use that one, as much as I do kind of think the vibe seems to fit using the red lightsaber. So now I'm just going to pull out the body real quick so we can kind of see what he looks like. So here's the body. Obviously, we have the bottom half here is very heavily Darth Vader influenced. Now, the suit, from what I understand, is nylon, but the boots are more likely here feel like they're probably pleather. Of course, there's going to be pleather. Um, now, I guess the one thing with the cape's going to be because it's attached to the body. You're not going to be able to, like, if you were going to try and get a third party one or something, you might have to do some. I don't know if it's going to be possible where you can switch it out. So if you don't like Hot Toys capes, which obviously most of the time they have a lot of problems, you might be kind of out of luck. So here you've got more. Got to move the cape out of the way here a little bit. Here's a little bit better view of the body. Now, the one good thing with this one, we're not going to have to fight with plastic off the boots.
Thank God.
So, there we go. All right, so I know that's your favorite thing ever to watch me finagle with.
It's not.
So,
it scares me.
yeah, so they have the lightsaber hands just already attached to the body itself. As you can see, the belt here, very reminiscent. It does light up. So if you guys have this or considering getting maybe the non-artisan version, which I think for this one, you can honestly get either one and you can be very happy. It's just this Luke, I was like, oh no, I'm getting the high end. Like this is just, I'm going for the best for this. So let's see here. So most of the suit is fabric. So other than you will have to juggle with the cape a little bit. Looks like there's probably going to be pretty good. I mean, bottom half probably you're going to run into the same thing you do with Vader, since it's based off that look for him. Mm-hmm. But just with the body, plenty of posability. So far, he looks good. Obviously, the big thing is going to be when we get to the head sculpt now. So that is where. So for attaching lightsabers, you just can hang them. They're going to come with a little piece so you can hang them over the side. So you can, if you want to like have both lightsabers with them, you can do that. You can put one in the hand and the one hanging off his belt. So we keep all this together for the moment. Now, this is one thing with it. I'm interested to hear in chat what you guys think, and also from you, sir. So the base they give us is obviously some of the recent used base, the circular one. Just kind of a padded, flat, like could be whatever the hell he's standing on. And then and it just had Luke Skywalker. So there's no, unlike say Revan, which had the Legends native, had that on his base. There is nothing like that. So they just had Luke Skywalker. I'm kind of surprised they didn't put like, I don't know, Dark Empire Luke Skywalker or something on it. But I will say, so I like these bases. There's no light up functionality to it. It's kind of a really boring looking bottom. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of a little bit like, you guys charge $430 for this? Yeah. Not having a little bit something with it. Now, chat, let me ask you guys real quick. Which lightsaber would you like to see Luke with? Because I'm not going to have to actually switch out the hands for the lightsaber hand. Would you prefer the Darth Vader red, or were you going to prefer the Luke green? Like to be in hand. So you just think about what you guys might like prefer with that, and I'll put that on him here a little bit.
Clinton says green.
Okay. All right.
Have a good one, Mr. Musashi. Love you, buddy.
Yeah, take care. All right. So now, take front. Yeah. Okay. Carefully get this out. Okay, nice and clean. So I will say that it's nice and easy to remove there. I was a little bit concerned there for a second. Trying to get it back in might prove to be a little bit more of a challenge. But of course, it helps when we don't have flaps. So. Okay, this is going to be a little bit. So we will get this, go around with that and get it set. Okay, so that's interesting with the hair. This is going to be a little pain, I think, because the light's showing up. So we'll take that off. Okay. Ooh. We got one little thing of hair up. Okay. So I've got one little hair kind of standing up, but here is the Luke Skywalker head sculpt. The hair actually on this looks really good. It's not all funky looking, nice and flat. Looks like there's, so this does look like Luke much more. I'm feeling the Mark Hamill look, at least from the hair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so put that there for 1 second. Now they do have on the container here Luke Skywalker. So set this together for a moment. And here comes the fun part. Really trying not to touch the hair on this. Gotta get this lined up just right. That's what I was afraid of. No, still missed that. No. Give me 1 second, guys. Hold on. I'll be right back.
You're good, Lane. Anyways, if you're in the chat, let us know. We got Luke, Mr. Musashi. Appreciate you guys being here. I got to unbox a Labubu today. I got 2 today. The new Pin for Love. I love them so much. This one is the letter Y. Love it. And then I got letter R also to go with our L and I. So we're slowly making our way up the alphabet. But yeah, excited for this weekend. We got another craft show. Should be fun. Luke says I got this, Luke, about a week ago. Nice. Very cool, my guy. Let's see here. Yeah, I gotta read this comic book. I don't think I've read Dark Empire. I've heard the story. My uncle had told me about it years ago, but yeah, I don't think I've read it myself. What are you trying to do, Lane?
I'm looking at the instructions real quick to make sure I'm trying not to mess up the hair at all. So I'm trying to look up real quick to appropriately connect it to this particular body, because the neck and stuff is a little bit different than even some of the other ones with like the plastic connections.
Clinton,
So
how dare you? How dare you, Clinton? How freaking dare you, bro? He says, I don't understand the Labubu thing. It's not a thing here. Dude, Clinton, I don't know if you watched the vlogs, dude, but that Labubu event was fucking wild, dude. It was honestly the craziest thing I've ever been a part of. It was insane, bro. There's so many fucking people. Yeah, Pedro, let us know what you think about your Luke. I think he said he did like it, but just confirm there.
well, I just completely messed up the hair. Great.
We're trying to get the head on?
Yeah.
What'd you do to the hair?
Some of it just popped out.
Oh no. Like it came off or it
Yeah.
fuck. Dude, I fucking hate that the way they do the heads, honestly. I think that might be the worst thing that Hot Toys has done. Oh, it's not that much hair. I thought like a whole thing came off.
No. It's just I'm not sure for attaching the head here correctly.
Is it because the collar is getting, or the cape?
Well, here I'll show you guys. See kind of how the connector is right there. It's almost like one of those plastic style. If it was a simple ball joint or something. See that connection right there?
No, I know it's a fucking pain in the ass.
So I'm trying to get this to match. So see, I don't know. It feels like I'm missing. Like there should be something else here that connects in or something. The problem is, like, I gotta get from the top of the head. It's the only way I can get any leverage to try and get this to pop into place. So anybody else who has had this already or gotten it, for attaching the head here, kind of see how it has that piece. Is Luke supposed to just have basically like an empty headpiece like this?
I don't know, man.
Because like when I attached Anakin, I didn't have this much trouble. The neck feels like it's thinning up too far. Okay, yeah, that makes a good idea. go. All right. Now, see, I don't think that's attached right, but no, I sort of have attached here, but I don't think I have attached right because a lot of the neckline is obstructed. Yeah. Hmm. I don't think it's attached. Yeah. See, the hair got all messed up.
Yeah, Manny agrees.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry, OG. Yeah, StreamYard's weird. Sometimes it'll make duplicate links. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, Lane was saying that he saw a comment from you, but I couldn't find it. Sometimes it'll make a link and then like it'll keep processing and it'll throw up a second link. But yeah, Manny says that the hair is his biggest thing.
So I can get it in place kind of right now. But it's. Oh, the hair messed up. I can always just mess with that later. But let's try and get this down a little bit now. As you can see, there's kind of I got the hair all screwbally.
I wonder what's the point of it not just shipping on the body? Like, what's the benefit of that? Is it that they're worried it's gonna get damaged in shipping? Like, oh, I guess like
Maybe
being pressed
the
up
hair.
against the back. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's that's why InArt does all its heads.
Yeah, yeah, because they started that, I think.
Yeah, this one the eyes are okay because they're looking straight ahead, kind of how they would be. But like the figure itself, I think is fine, even though it had the Vader thing. All the arms, everything, easily posable. Just, I think. Okay. Because hair's not too bad, but I kind of messed it up. It was down and flat, and I didn't have this happen with the Anakin. But my thing is, I feel like some of the material and the neck is like underneath the head here. Because the head turns fine. I've got it attached correctly. But I do think probably if you went with that, thanks, Manny. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to. It was fine, but I had to attach it to the stupid body. But all right. So people wanted the green
Jesus,
lightsaber.
Manny. The hair got jacked. How dare you, Manny? How dare you?
Okay. So what we'll aim for. Now here's the other thing I guess we had to wonder about was switching out the hands, how hard they would be. Oh, that's great. So I guess it goes all the way up. Okay. So this could be a little interesting. Yeah, you have to be careful because the hands are kind of split. So two separate pieces. So we're going to stick this one here. Yeah. Oh, boy. I won't lie. I'm very frustrated right now with the hair.
I can
That
tell,
blanket
bro.
did.
I feel it, bro. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I'm panicking.
Because the figure otherwise, I think is really good.
I know. Actually, those gloves look excellent.
Yeah, no,
I was thinking they'd be kind of goofy, but honestly, they don't look bad.
I think they did
So
overall.
is this like Darth Vader's backup suit? Because he burned the fuck out of that suit in the movie at the end.
Yeah. Well, this is, I guess, the Emperor cooked it up in the 6 years or so in between. All right, so we did that. Okay, so
Burn that man's clothes to the ground, bro.
this is taking a little bit. Okay, so we got the
Oh, they're. Oh, I see. The Emperor has a bunch of them. Dude, even more the crotch piece, bro. Oh man, I'm so tired, Lane. I'm dying.
Oh, did you have to get up really early this morning?
Dude, I got up so early.
Nope.
In shart. Jesus Christ, if that. No, I just woke up early and I came back to sleep. And then I finally did get back to sleep and then had to wake up.
This little bit. Sorry for being a little silent here, guys. I'm trying to
You're
see if I
good.
can get him. So, uh, there is kind of on the around this part of the suit
Mm-hmm.
here. There is a little bit of wiring and stuff, so you can do a little bit with that
On the suit or the cloak?
on the cloak area, like
Okay.
right this part,
Yeah.
not the back cloak, but the undersuit, this
Yeah.
part of the suit here. So you
Mm-hmm.
can do a little bit. There's no wiring, and this is just a drape cape. Yeah, yeah. Well, so let's see here. Think. All right. So let me get this cleaned up for a second, guys, and we'll take a look here. I know I apologize, guys, kind of having to go. Oh, I hate these connections, man. I will say because I have like Black Widow come. I may before like we actually if we do a live unboxing, I may take her out and like attach her head or something beforehand. because trying to do this live, it's really,
Scares me.
yeah, pain in the neck. Alrighty, give me 1 second so we can. However, I will say, now having kind of managed to get this up, boy, I'm just gonna let's do this. They do get, I think, the lightness pretty good. For the like, this reminds me somewhat of the comic version,
Mm-hmm.
but seeing him posed up here, bro, he looks cool.
Yeah.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts. He does look very cool like this. But see. So, because I was like you, kind of worried was he going to be big and bulky and everything, but
Mm-hmm.
they translated the elements of the Vader outfit very
Mm-hmm.
well onto this, so that it fit like it made sense for like the guy Luke Skywalker size. He's not 7 feet tall or anything like that,
Yeah.
but he definitely has a presence to him. Uh, as you can see, the artisan hair here, it's more on the kind of backside, but I do think like it's not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more like, and see, this is what the issue is right here. I think this is kind of that patch right there.
Yeah. I think you just got to get some water in it.
Yeah. And then first I thought maybe this was getting screwed up, but the kind of that brush here, it stayed, looks pretty much how it looked before.
Uh huh.
Yeah, the OG fan tips when I sell. Thanks, OG. Um, but yeah, I am getting Black Widow Artisan. She's almost paid off. Um, I really like the outfit. I just have to say, sometimes I am running into these artisan figures that I went, man, like this one, if I had just gone for the sculpted, would I be okay? you
Mm-hmm.
know, Without having to fiddle with that and the head's already attached to the body. There are some times where I do think about that. I'm like, oh, yeah, that probably would have been easier to deal with instead of having like with this one and everything. But at the end of the day, this was a figure I wanted to have the best version of, or in quotes, best version.
Uh huh.
But I do think you can make plenty of easy assertion why you would just get, if you have the option of getting a figure in
Mm-hmm.
the sculpted manner. And I think like it can depend on who exactly is the figure as well. I think like Scarlet Witch showed us her hair, while sculpted, it looks all right. I do think like that one that the actual rooted hair and everything does make a little bit of a difference
Uh huh.
for
Mm-hmm.
overall how it looks. Luke here with the shorter hair, I think maybe it can be a little bit, you could just go for the sculpted and be okay. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like if they eventually do a Han Solo, say, artisan, that's a figure I will look at. But I won't lie that having the Return of the Jedi with sculpted hair, I might say, I might just be okay with that. Now, if they do a Princess Leia artisan, I will get it day one. Like I will try and get it day one
Yeah.
because she's a character. I think with the hair having that now attaching it. Now, which Leia could be they do may make a difference too, because if the buns are all tightly done up or something like a New Hope, those may be harder to mess around, and mess up because they'll be tied up or have some other stuff of keeping them in place. But
Yeah.
overall, I'm going to give Luke here. This would be some of my rating. I'm going to give him probably an 8.9 out of 10. Just because the attaching the head to the neck and everything to the thing this was more of a pain in the neck than freaking Anakin was. just because I think it actually has a lot to do with just the cape and all that stuff. If I could remove the cape out of the way and move the fabric a little bit easier, I feel like I screwed the fabric up a little bit. But once you get the like actual sides of the cape up, it kind of it fixes stuff. But I'm gonna definitely need to do some futzing. But this guy will be going with Return of the Jedi Han Solo once I get him into the case, and I got to fix up some hair because I'm his hair was perfect out of the thing. I kind of messed it up a little bit, but I don't know what else you're supposed to do to get the heads attached to the body. Like you have to put your fingers, you got to put them down to get them on the body, you know. But hopefully, I might, you know, next artisan like what I may have to try and just do that off camera or something, because where I can just focus and get it attached without being on a time frame. But hey, guys, I'm glad you could really be here though with me to unbox this. Like I said, my second most anticipated figure. My most anticipated Darth Sidious will be coming, and at least that one I don't have to worry about attaching head sculpts or anything. It'll be attached. He'll be smiling evilly, and then it'll just be about switching out hands and, you know, listening to him laugh in my mind as he maniacally cackles as he's throwing stuff at Yoda. So this was a nice figure. I would say if you guys were still considering this one, obviously the artist one's been gone for a while. I think if you were thinking about getting a unique Luke Skywalker, if you can track down the sculpted one, I think it would still be worth it giving it a shot trying to pick it up. Because I think the entirety of the rest of the figure is really, really good. It's just the annoyance of having to attach the artisan head sculpt that's a pain. But this week, I do want to shout out to all you guys also who may have caught the 24-hour stream this past weekend, starting on Friday going to Saturday. That was an awesome thing Bring Artemis did. I gave away Harris Indolent.
What the hell? What the hell? You give us a giveaway for us? Just kidding. I'm just kidding, Lee.
I know. But we ended up as part of that giving away for non-members.
What the hell? For non-members?
Well, no.
For members or non-members?
No, for members, it was in the final thing was for the Michael Jackson, but for subscribers and stuff.
You gave away a Michael Jackson in art?
Oh, yeah.
You gave it away?
No. I did. I gave away Harris Indolent. I know that was part of the thing.
What the fuck? Big
baller,
bro.
No. I just gave away a brand new in the box Harris Indolent.
What a guy. What a fucking guy.
Yeah.
What a guy. Well, love you guys. We got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all the stuff you already know.
Just come check out in the evening and see what's going on.
There you go. Love you guys, and we'll catch you on the next episode.